Ready. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Reading and writing is fundamental. Do you remember the ABC song? Please join me in singing it. If you do.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me?
Today, I would like to speak to you on the topic of illiteracy. In the 1800s, it was against the law to teach a slave or a free person of color to read or write. If a person was found violating this law, they would often be ordered by the courts to be whipped in public, or they was jailed. Then their slave could even be taken away. For the slave, the punishment would be a whipping, as well as even being sold. The ultimate punishment for a slave could be death by hanging. After the Civil War and the passing of the Emancipation Proclamation, laws was changed to let former slaves have the right to get an education. Even though illiteracy was common during that period, some former slaves took being educated very serious and sought out ways to get an education. Over the following decades, court cases, protests, and marches were done to fight for the right to an equal education. Over 150 years later, not only blacks, but every ethnic group in America is faced with this dilemma: the inability to read or write, illiteracy. It is very important to take illiteracy in the United States very serious. You may think that illiteracy was something in the past, but it is even more prominent today, even with our education system we have in place. Some people think that it is just a black race issue, but it's not. It is an issue for the whole human race. The high school dropout rates have increased it over the recent years, not due to teachers not teaching the basics. It's because students do not have the necessary skills to read or write. Teachers are expected to do a lot with less. According to UNICEF, nearly 1 billion people will enter the 21st century unable to read or write, or even read a book, or sign their names, and 2/3 of them are women. According to the Department of Justice, crime, violence, illiteracy are entwined. 85% of juveniles that are in our court system are functionally illiterate. 60% of prisoners are functionally illiterate. 1 out of 4 children will become adults who cannot read or write. Healthcare costs due to low literacy is $70 million per year. 42 million adults in America is illiterate. 50 million adults in America can only read at a 4th or 5th grade level. Surprisingly, there are college students and workers who are functional illiterate because they were passed through the education system. This may seem very disturbing and tragic, but we can change these statistics. Everyone that's literate, whether they are young or old, or who have an above average reading and writing skills, can help to stop illiteracy. What do I mean by everyone can help to stop illiteracy? It means taking the time to teach someone to read and write. When people feel that someone is concerned and interested in learning, they are interested in learning how to read and write. Their motivations to correct this deficiency will cause the illiterate rate to drop. You may say, how can I stop illiteracy? One way to do this is to go to your local library, elementary, middle, and high school. Ask the administration if there's anyone or any student that they know who needs a tutor for reading and writing that you could pair up with to help them improve their reading and writing skills. This can also be done within your own family with younger or older members that may need help in reading or writing. There is no shame in being illiterate. The only shame is when you do not do anything about it. Parents, you can take the time to review your children's homework. Have them read the funny pages or a book to you. You can also have them write a letter to someone so you can critique their skills. It only takes 30 minutes a day to make a difference. For you young people in my audience, if you have a classmate or friend that you know who have difficulty in reading and writing, spend some time helping them to improve their skills instead of spending your time playing video games. Another way is to set up reading clubs within your community or workplace. Just like Miss Robin Carrington of New Jersey, who started a foundation which is a book club for young girls ages 4 through 17, who meets once a week for an hour to read and write, critique on books that they have read. You can visit her website at www.godsreadingstarsfoundation.com. You can also set up a volunteer program with a group of retired teachers who would like to volunteer their skills to tutoring students or adults. You can ask your place of employment or your church community to sponsor a program in which they can partner with a local high school to have students come in and tutor. I empower you to do so. There is a lot of self-satisfaction in knowing that you have helped someone to become literate. Knowledge is power, and power is knowledge. The look on a person's face after achieving the ability to read or write is priceless. There's inner joy when you know that you had a hand in furthering their education. President Obama has a program called No Child Left Behind. I think it should be called No American Left Behind. According to our First Lady, Miss Barbara Bush, it suddenly occurred to her that everything she worried about, the breakup of families, drugs, AIDS, the homeless, everything would be better if more people could read, write, and understand. Let us do what we can to make illiteracy not a part of the history of America today, but a part of America's past. Let's wipe out illiteracy, because reading and writing is truly fundamental.